Creepers left to rise, buzz like crazy. Everybody's trying to stimulate it. Spiders in the mirror and feel this can't be right. Back to the scene of a Friday night, to a blessed collision still frozen tight. Spear drinkers, Cupid and the sound of her first chime. And why did you argue? We're dreaming of those eyes.
Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you're new. If you're new and you clicked on what is probably going to be a very long vlog, welcome, I'm so glad you're taking it. Vlog, did I say blog? Vlog, welcome, I'm so glad you're taking a chance on me. He likes chin scratches, he likes to chin scratch it so much. Hello! So for the last few weeks of the new year, I have just been doing themed vlogs where I read around a theme, but this week I just don't really want to do a themed vlog. I just kind of thought this week would just be kind of a chill weekly vlog where I just kind of take you along with me and I talk about what I'm reading as I'm reading it, because I'm reading a couple of different books and some of them are for book clubs, and yeah, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to talk about the ones I read for book clubs. Maybe I will. I will, actually. I will talk about those here. That might actually be really good, because by the time you see this video, I post vlogs on Monday right now. Hopefully that will continue. We will have already had our live show, so I can discuss them here with you as often as I want to. So let me grab them real quick. So I'm currently reading these for our book club, the Reiki Appreciation Society, which I host with my good friend Jen. This month we are reading This Duet by Julia Quinn. I am currently reading this one, and I've got it on Kindle too, and I am about this far into it. And it's honestly flying by. It's so good. Like, oh, he is such a swoony hero. He is such a flirt. He is a complete rake, and I just really, really like him. This one basically follows Jack and Grace. Grace is like a companion. I'm not sure if she's a companion or a servant or a lady's maid to the Dowager. And in the beginning of this book, they get overtaken by a highwayman who is Jack, and the Dowager realizes that he looks exactly like her son who passed away, and so come to find out he is actually her grandson. And it's a romance between Jack and Grace, and he is such a rogue and so funny and so flirty, and he is so gone for Grace, and I freaking love that. So I'm excited about these two. These are very quick reads. And Julia Quinn is just so fun to read. Julia Quinn is so fun. These books are just a complete delight. They're fast-paced. They're very snappy, very witty. She does great banter. I just love, like, these are making me appreciate Julia Quinn even more, and I really am enjoying them. So those are definitely happening this week. Also, I just barely finished this book, just literally barely finished listening to the audio. Freaking planes! I just barely finished the audiobook of this. I am completely wrecked. This was fantastic. I read Queen Move at the end of last year in November-ish, because I know that at one point it was on the Goodreads finalists. I know it was at one point in the Goodreads for Romance Books of the Year, and I have been wanting to read Kennedy Ryan forever. I have kind of stayed away from her because I've heard that they're maybe super emotional, and sometimes I just feel, especially last year, I felt like I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I really wanted to read Queen Move, and I read that, even though I know it's a spin-off of this series, but I don't know. I mean, Kimba was in this book, the main character that's in Queen Move, but you really didn't get any of her romance or backstory. She was very much a side character in here, so I'm curious to see where if she's gonna come back into the Rebel King. So this book basically follows Lennox and Maxim. I always want to call him Maddox because that's one of my favorite heroes from A Heart of Blood and Ashes. Anyway, Lennox is the heroine. Maxim is the hero. They end up meeting in the beginning at a protest because Lennox is Native American and she is protesting I believe it's like the water that Maxim's father owns like an oil business, and Lennox is there protesting that she wants to keep the water clean so it's not contaminated by the oil. I'm probably really messing up what's actually happening there, but it's the gist of it, you know. Anyway, Maxim he's looking for clean energy to kind of get away from his father's oil empire to, you know, like he's really concerned with the global warming and everything. It's just I'm not doing a great job of it. Anyway, this book was fantastic. If you don't know what it's about, it's their love story. It's a very star-crossed lovers type of feel. It was super emotional. It was very powerful. These two are both such strong, powerful characters, and it was interesting to watch their relationship because you would think that they would almost not make a good match because they're both so strong, such strong characters, but they really worked well together. And honestly, I've heard so much about how Kennedy Ryan writes such soulmate level love stories, and I 100% felt that in this. Like, this book just, oh my gosh, ripped my heart apart. It was perfection. I give this 5 stars. It was completely perfect. It left on such cliffhanger ending, and I've got the second on audio. I'm gonna start probably right now because I need to know what happens to my babies. Anyways, I loved this book so much. I literally just barely finished that, and I thought, why don't I get on here and just start a weekly vlog? We'll just start a weekly vlog. It'll be chill. It'll be low key. It'll be just talking about the books that I read as I read them. One reason I don't really want to do weekly vlogs all the time, just because then I feel like what's the point of doing a wrap-up, even though I know there are people who watch wrap-ups who don't watch vlogs, but I feel like most of you who are here probably enjoy my vlogs because I do vlogs a lot. So anyway, that's what I have. I'm reading these two, also reading The Kingmaker. So yeah, my priority is to get these done in physical because I don't have the audio for either of these, so I'm going to be powering through these tonight. I'll probably have lots to update you with tomorrow. And then I'm going to listen to The Rebel King is the second one in this. I'm going to listen to that all day while I work. So that's what's happening with the reading. I have to dye my hair today because, like, this is getting out of control. I really thought once I started dyeing my own hair I would do a better job of keeping up with it, but I just hate dyeing it. It's not that I hate dyeing it. I love, like, it's really therapeutic to actually dye it. It's just like, and I love the way it looks after, but getting ready to dye it seems like I don't want to do that because it's so messy, and it's just like I have to get everything ready, and I know I'm just complaining about some very first world problems. Anyway, I'm going to try and get some footage of that. I don't know, because literally it is so messy. I don't know if I want to have my camera up there or not. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. And then I have today's tea. We're back on my just regular rooibos. That's it. Herbal tea. It's very mellow. It's a red herbal tea. My adorable new mug from Hello Lovely Box. Isn't this just perfect? I love this so much. This is one of my favorite mugs. I think it's just so classy. And I just love the shine. And the design is just so great. Dead serious about books. Because we are, right? I have a rep for them. My discount code is Crystal's Bookish Life 15. It's down in the description if you ever want to get anything from them. So yeah, that's all that's happening. Check in with y'all later.
My calloused hands, my furrowed brow in all my plans. I'm coming to my own, I'm coming to my own. The distance I have traveled.
Just finished the last squat workout of this 4-week program. Each week got progressively harder, like much harder. Increasing weight or increasing reps, keeping weight the same, or decreasing reps and increasing weight by a lot. Like, there are so many different things that you can play with to make your workouts super challenging. I'm a little out of breath. Like, I know people think that like you don't sweat or get your heart rate up when you lift weights, but I always do. And I feel like that's, anyway, this isn't a fitness channel, but I'm just saying like, I enjoy pushing myself in my workouts as much as I physically can. And I love progressively getting stronger. And that's a big part of how I train, is progressively overloading. So I make progress throughout my whole life and it stays fun that way. So we just finished these. Kazi, would you like to say hello? Hello, thank you. Just finished those, our hex bar deadlifts. I had 2 deadlift variations and a squat and a bunch of other stuff. Anyway, I've been listening to The Rebel King, the second book in the Kingmaker, All the King's Men series. I don't know what it's called, one of those. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so obsessed with this book. Like, The Kingmaker left off on such a huge cliffhanger, and I don't really want to tell you what specifically is happening in case you haven't read it and you want to, but like, The Rebel King starts off with a bang, and I am so hooked. It has a little bit of a romantic suspense vibe in it too, which I'm really enjoying, and Maxim, the hero, he is like, he's just going pure alpha to rescue his woman, and I am here for it. So I'm very excited about that. Now, I don't know, I'm gonna try and dye my hair, do some work, and keep listening to this. So I'll check in with y'all. Hopefully my roots will be gone the next time you see me. Let's hope, okay? Hello, my friends. We're still in Monday, and I am back in my spot because I got some really exciting book mail I wanted to share with you. Like, some of it is pretty emotional for me, and some of it is just really fun. So, this doggo, he is being a little whiner today. Yes, you are being naughty. We love him, of course, right? He's so clingy. Like, anytime I leave his sight, he just cries. Like, this is what 2020 has done to him. Anyways. So, I want to start off with, I have some books and I got some sweatshirts too. So I'm going to show you the sweatshirts that I got. I got these from Fugly Barbie and they shipped super fast. And I'm so excited about both of them. This one is, let's see if you can see it. It says fantasy romance. Can you see? Like, I love it so freaking much. Kazi, look at your face. I love it so much. Like, I love that there's a Pegasus. This seems very big. This is a large. Oh my gosh, I love it, you guys. There's a Pegasus and there's an embracing couple. Hey, don't eat the sleeves. I just love it so much. I'm excited about that one. And then I also got this one. This is also from Fugly Barbie, and this I am extremely excited about, and like, I can't even deal with how excited about this that I am. Can you see? It says, "You have bewitched me, body and soul." I love it so much. This is also a large, and it's big. Like, this seems way bigger than my other ones that I got. Not that that's bad. Oh, I love it so much. So that is exciting. I know it's like, it feels like winter just started, but also like spring is coming, so then I'll just cut the necks out of them and they'll be off the shoulder sweatshirts because that's what I do, and then I wear them all year long. Okay, those are very exciting. And then I got some book mail. So I have not really been buying as many books as I have in the past months. These are actually the first books that I bought in January, and I know it's only the 11th, like, woo, go me, like, that's not very much, but I bought this Nora Roberts set. I saw this was one of the first series that I read by her, and I really wanted the covers of these, because these are the covers I remember reading when I was in high school, and I want to read them again and do a reading vlog where I read them. So I'm so excited, and it makes me feel so nostalgic to get these. Like, I remember really liking them. This one specifically, it seems like I really loved Sea Swept. But it has been a very long time, so that'll be interesting to see. I wonder when these were published. The Born In series, I remember that one too. 1998? Wow. That is not that long ago. Well, actually it is. I feel very old. I was in high school in 1998. 1999. Let's see about this one. And 1998. So I don't know which order they go in. Book 3. This is book 2. I figured that. Yeah, it seems like this was the first one. I don't even actually know if I got to book 3. I may have just read the first 2. Anyways, I'm so happy about these. I feel so nostalgic. Like, I haven't read Nora Roberts in a really long time, and I saw those editions on eBay and I had to get them. Now this next book, it makes me almost cry because, like, you guys, this was the first historical romance novel that I ever read. It was one of my mom's. I remember she had a basket of romance novels just like next to her chair or wherever she would sit, you know? And I think I was about 14 or 15 when I read this one, and I don't remember much about it. I do remember the cover. Like, it took me a while to hunt this cover down, and then I found it, and my aunt, well, I didn't find this edition. Like, I put out a call on Instagram, and I'm like, if you know where to find this cover, let me know. And my sweet friend Melissa, she sent me a link. She's like, here you go. And I'm like, what? So I immediately bought it. But look at this. This is the first historical romance that I ever read. And it makes me want to cry that I have it in my possession. And the thing that I feel like makes it so special is because it was my mom's too, you know? I don't know. Like, honestly, I'm about to cry. Like, oh, I miss my mom so much. I haven't been able to see her for so long because of coronavirus, you know? Like, anyway, it's a long story. Like, I'm sure a lot of us have been separated from our elderly parents, and it's just... So I won't cry, but I'm about to. Anyway, this was written in 1991, and I just am so happy to have this. It just makes me so happy. It says, wild and beautiful, she was a woman like no other, a prize only one man could claim. I am nervous to read this, though. I don't even know if I will. I may just keep it for memories. Anyway, that is the exciting mail that I had today, and I just really wanted to show you. And I think already I've got like 30 minutes of footage for the first day of this vlog, so how's that? I'll see you guys in a bit. Hello, my friends. Today is Tuesday, and this is my first update. It is 4 o'clock, and I'm about to start dinner because I am hosting the romance booktuber read-along tonight, and so I want to have dinner made before that starts. Anyway, don't know if you care about that, but I also have just been listening to this nonstop, and I just barely finished it. And that's one reason why I didn't update you, is because I honestly was just so caught up in this story. And I was also like kind of thinking like, what am I gonna say? What can I say that will do this series justice? Like, I am completely in love with this book. This was a 5-star read. This was probably, if I was doing like a 6-star like Jen from the Book Review just started doing, this would be a 6-star read for me. This was absolutely fantastic. I've got my beats in. This was beyond fantastic. This was everything I freaking ever wanted in a romance book. This was so freaking good. Like, it carries on with like, so once I started this, I had this feeling like, I think I'm gonna love this, and I've had this paperback forever because I just love that cover, and I just had a feeling I was gonna love it. And I actually listened to it on audio because I got the audiobook on sale, and so I just had finished what was the last audio? Oh, historical romance, right? And I wanted something different, and so I just picked this up because I had it on sale. And then as soon as I started that, I ordered the Rebel King. I ordered the paperback of the Rebel King because they're so beautiful, and I knew that these were going to be favorite, and I just had to have them. I don't know why I explained these things. I just needed them, okay? Like, I just needed to have them. And, like, honestly, my heart feels so full, but sort of broken, but not in a bad way. Like, these books are so emotional, but they're so, like, fulfilling and hopeful. Like just all the emotions. Like, these are just, honestly, I don't know that these could be any more perfect. I feel like, I literally feel like at this time in my life, if you were to make a list of everything I wanted in a romance novel, it would just be what's in here. This is everything I want. This is a soul level, deep emotional connection through years. Like, they meet when Lennox is 17. They meet when Lennox is 17 at a protest, at a demonstration, you know, and they're like star-crossed lovers, and they have so much history together. And so their love story spans decades, and just watching them try, oh my gosh, you guys, like, I'm gonna cry. Like, I'm watching them just deeply love each other, and not just love, like a passionate love, like so much passion between these two. Like, holy cow. I just cannot get over how perfect these books are. They are masterfully done. I get it. I get the hype about Kennedy Ryan. You are all right. You are correct, every single one of you. Jessen, you were right. I get it. This couple, y'all. This couple. They are number one. They are number one. They have replaced Pike. Oh my heck, what was her name? I know her name and I forgot it because I get up here and I just forget things. I loved Birthday Girl. But this series was just, this was everything. This is my favorite couple, and they're so perfect together. Like, they are so completely perfect. They match each other so well. They don't, like, you never see the heroine or the hero bend and fold to be someone that they're not for their person. And I love that so much. Like, they are who they are. They're standing up for what they believe in, and they are loved for that, you know? Like, I can't get over that. I mean, that's one thing that I deeply love, especially. That's one thing I feel like Sarah McLean does really well with her romances in particular, is she makes it very clear, without like beating you over the head, that this hero loves this woman for who she is. He doesn't want her to change. He doesn't want her to be someone else. He doesn't like certain aspects of her and want her to fit into what he thinks is going to be the perfect woman. And the same goes for the heroine. She doesn't want him to change. She wants him to be who he is. And I just, like, I just can't. I just love them so much. Like, I just can't even. Like, I was messaging Jessen, like, as soon as I was like halfway through The Kingmaker, and I started messaging her, and I was like, you were right. Like, I love this so much. I love this couple. I love everything about them. So this one, the first one ends on a big cliffhanger. So obviously I had to pick up the second one. And I'm going to be real honest with you in that I'm not really a binge reader. Like, I like to jump around to different authors and different series. I don't typically want to stay with one author or one series. I mean, I have exceptions, right? There are certain exceptions, and this was clearly one of them. But I mean, just, like, and the whole, like, this book, the romance was fantastic for all the reasons I was just talking about. Like, it is just sizzling and beautiful and hopeful. And they are, if you, like, love the concept of soulmates, like, these two are literally, like, they are made for each other. They are soulmates, and it just, like, I want to reread it right now. That's how much I love it. Like, I just want to reread it right now. Like, it's so good. But it does have, like, all of the books has a political subplot to it, kind of. Like, I mean, Lennox is building, like, a consultant, like, they're political consultants, and there is the political aspect of it where she's a Native American and she's trying to get the ban on so that they don't ruin the water, you know, when she was protesting in the beginning, and Maxim's family is the ones who are, like, responsible for that and digging oil and stuff like that. So you do have that whole aspect of it too. But like this one especially goes a little bit further into the politics and how it affects marginalized people and women. And I just honestly, like, I felt like it was so timely. And the dream that is created in this book about the political leader and what America could be, just literally reading that right now makes me want to sob and wish that it was real. Because you can see the hope that this future president has for America. And I just feel like I want that, you know? Like, it was just so beautiful and so perfect, and it was just fantastic. Like, I can't articulate everything that I loved about this series. I feel like I'm doing a poor job of getting across what I loved about it. But if you haven't read this yet, like, you need to read it. Like, I feel like especially if you feel maybe sad about the state of our nation right now, and especially how, and you're one to feel like there might be some hope, like, I feel like this would be such a good pick-me-up, because it really just creates that feeling of what America could be like, and I just loved it so much. Like, I cannot. But that's clearly not, like, it's a love story. It's a romance first. And that's another thing that I feel like is so powerful about these, is that it's clearly a romance. It is their love story. Lennox and Maxim's love story that's what the whole thing is about. So all of these other subplots that are happening, I mean, they relate to that, of course, but it's first and foremost about their love story and about their romance. And it's just so good. Like, the way Maxim just so powerfully loves her, and he's such an alpha, and he is so possessive and protective of her, but not in a way that's damaging, just in like, it's in that way where you know that he loves her so much he can't bear to think of anything happening to her. And not in a possessive way as in, like, he's gonna beat up guys who I mean, he would, but, you know, like, it's not like where he's threatening her, but, like, he just wants all of her for his forever, and it was just fantastic. It was honestly, like, I sort of feel like I maybe like the second one better. I don't know, but man, it was just so good. Like, when I read a book like this and I hear people talk about fluffy romance or romance is stupid, I honestly want to be like, read this Kennedy Ryan book. This is a powerful book. This is a hopeful book. This is a book about true love, like literally true love conquering all. I love it. I love the whole idea that they were so clearly made for each other and they were just perfect. And now I have gushed for 10 minutes. Thank you for coming to my gush session. I hope you enjoyed. It was just beautiful perfection, honestly. It was so... I think I started those books like 3 days ago, and I got through them all that quickly, like, and that is unusual for me. I usually don't read books that fast, but, like, I was obsessed. I am obsessed, and now I have all of other, like, and so this whole vlog is just going to basically be a Kennedy Ryan binge, and it's probably going to be like 2 hours long. Not really. I don't know. Who knows yet? It's only Tuesday, but it was just so good, you guys. I can't even, like... Fantastic. Amazing. Amazing and fantastic. I love them forever. So, that's what's happening with me. Now I gotta go cook dinner and get ready for the live read-along, so I'll check in with y'all later. It's Tuesday night live stream. Romance Booktubers read-along, and Kazi's sleeping through it. Here he comes. We have 2 drinks. There's a schnauzer nose right there. And then we have our live stream set up. We're supposed to be reading right now. I am reading. See? Fun times! Leave me a dog emoji if you were here at the live stream for Kazi.
free, and so are we now.
Happy good morning, my friends. What day is it? Is today Wednesday? Here we are, kind of daily vlogging. Okay, it is Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Last night I finished a book. It was the Romance Booktuber readathon. I finished The Lost Duke of Wyndham by Julia Quinn. I know it's by Julia Quinn. I was just checking to see if I had the title right. And I finished this for our book club. It will be tomorrow night, so you won't see this vlog until we have already had our live show discussion. But I really liked this. This was so fun. You know, I feel like you can always count on Julia Quinn for a really happy, really fun, really sweet, really just, I mean, like, this is just a happy comfort read, honestly. That's how I felt about this. Like, it was just so fun to read. Like, from the minute I picked this up, I was invested, and I would say that's how I feel about all of Julia Quinn's books. I don't think I have read a book from her yet where I haven't been instantly sucked into the story, and that is definitely what happened here. It was very quick to read. It was very fun. I really, honestly, really liked this a lot. I gave this 4 stars, 4 out of 5 stars. I did end up, I mean, the ending was, the only thing I would say that makes it a 4 out of 5 is just that the ending was a little too quick. You know, like, you're waiting the whole book to figure out how they're gonna solve this, and I know I haven't, so let me tell you what this book is about real quick. So this book is about, this one is about Jack, who is a highwayman who ends up hijacking, I guess, or stopping the Dowager and her, I'm not sure if she's her lady's maid or if she's her companion. Anyway, Grace, who is the companion to the Dowager, he ends up, like, hijacking their carriage to rob them. He has a bit of, like, a Robin Hood type of vibe where he steals from the rich and gives to the poor, and he ends up stopping them. He's instantly, like, he locks eyes with Grace, and there's, like, sparks and chemistry, and he's just, like, so captivated by her. But then the Dowager recognizes him, or sees what she thinks is her son's features in his face, who her son has died, and so she thinks that he must be the lost Duke of Wyndham. But there is already another grandson who may be, I don't know, we don't know his story yet. I haven't read the other one yet. Thomas is the one who is the current Duke of Wyndham, but the Dowager thinks it's Jack, and so there's this big road trip where they go to try and figure out Jack's parentage to see if he actually is the Duke, and him and Grace fall in love, and Jack is such a flirt. He is a rake to the core. He is such a flirtatious and a fun character, and he just is totally gone for Grace, and I really, really love that. Like, there were some very sweet and swooning lines in here from him, and I feel like that's something that Julia Quinn does really well, is she has such great banter and such great fun moments, but she also really delivers on a lot of, like, swooniness too. Like, it's just great. It was super fun. I really, honestly, quite enjoyed it. I read this on my Kindle, actually, because I had a coupon for Kindle books, and I just read faster on my Kindle. I don't know. I just wanted to read my Kindle. That's all I gotta say. So I read it on here, so I did, like, highlight a bunch of quotes, which I need to go through and kind of pull up for our chat, because I feel like there were a lot of really good ones, you know? Anyway, it was super fun. There also is, like, I feel like another sort of commentary that Julia Quinn often will have in there is just the idea that women at the time really were very kept back from learning things that other people knew. Like, another theme, it's not a big theme, but it's, like, in there, is just how little they know about sex and the marriage bed and all that other stuff. And, like, there's this one scene in particular between Grace and Amelia where they're, like, joking around and cussing, and it's just so clear how innocent these girls are, you know? And I don't know, I think she puts that in there a lot. Also, I feel like Julia Quinn can really, like I said, like, she does a lot of levity, a lot of humor, a lot of banter, a lot of cute, fun, happy, feel-good reads, but they all have this thread of this small darkness in them, and this one in particular, it's, like, mentioned throughout the book, of the thing with Jack that makes him sad, this great sadness that he has. And then there was one paragraph in here which was absolutely, like, gutting to read about why he feels like that it was the death of his cousin. And the way that she describes it, it was brief, it was just a paragraph, but it was like, like it hit you, you know? And I feel like she does that often. Like, I remember reading The Duke and I and feeling like that about when she wrote about Simon's mom in the beginning when she passed away. Like, I don't know. So I feel like she does a good job of just making really enjoyable escapist reads, but still sort of hitting you with some emotional issues and really just like conflict, and getting you like, I don't know the word. The words have left me, but it was a good one. I enjoyed it a lot. I am picking up Mr. Cavendish, I presume, which is the second. This is a duet, and so Mr. Cavendish, I presume, is basically the same plot, but you're following Thomas, and they're trying to figure out who is the Duke here. Is it Thomas? Is it Jack? So I'm going to start that and read that today, so I'm ready for it to go tomorrow. So that's what is happening there. I also started... Oh my gosh, how I do this. I also started reading Flow because I'm not ready to say goodbye to Kennedy Ryan yet, because I am 1000% obsessed with her. With my Literary Enchantments mug. I felt like I needed a romance reader mug because, honestly, like, I don't know, I just love this little romance reader girl. I think she's so cute, and I keep thinking about Kennedy Ryan's books and how powerful they are, and they're just fantastic. I don't know, I love them. So I'm reading Flow, listening to the audiobook. I'm not very far into it. I think I've only listened to an hour of it. This is basically, I'm not exactly sure how to describe this yet. This is the prequel to her Grip series. Again, this is sort of like just a real soulmate level of connection love story. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'll have to update you once I finish it. It's really good. I feel like it's very easy for me to get into Kennedy Ryan's books and her writing. Like, I feel so emotionally connected to them that it surprises me when I hear people say that they had a hard time getting into them, just because it resonates with me so much. But I guess, you know, everybody has different tastes and all that stuff. So anyways, that's all that's happening here. That's the reading update. So I'm going to go to work now, edit some videos, and I will see y'all in a little bit. my friends. Today is Thursday. It is the day of the Rake Appreciation Society live show, book club discussion. And I have to go and finish Mr. Cavendish, I presume, right now, so I'm ready. This is my kombucha. This is, like, honestly one of my favorite flavors now. I really love this pineapple peach. And you can see I've already drank half of it. So I must like it, right? Anyway, I was going to come and update you last night because I finished Flow. And honestly, just absolutely loved it so much. Like, I listened to that, I think, just all in one day. It was so beautiful, and it was so emotional, and it was so insightful. And it was just so, like, I don't want to say, like, it was deep, but it was deep. Like, I loved the conversations that between Grip and Bristol that they had about race and about hip-hop music and rap music and the origins of all of that. And I loved the complexity of their relationship of, you know, how Grip is a black man and he's struggling with how he feels about having a relationship with Bristol, who is a white woman. But what I loved most of all about this book was, like, the way Kennedy described their first meeting. Like, it felt, to me, that's what it felt like when I met my husband. Like, it just, like, she captured that feeling of meeting your person that you know, that you just know that you have a connection with, you know? Like, I feel like that's something that can often go wrong with romance novels, is that first meeting. I think it's easy to get into insta-love, and I think it's easy to fall into insta-lust too. And I feel like the thing that I loved about this book so much was that Kennedy Ryan hit that perfect note of connection, attraction, not love, not lust, but just like this magnetic draw to this person. Obviously they're so attracted to one another, right? Like, and I love that so much. Like, that's a key part in a relationship, but I loved especially how it was something more, and it wasn't always exactly spelled out for you. Like, I feel like Kennedy Ryan, I don't even know how she does it. Like, the way that she described their whole relationship and their interaction, it literally felt like, it just reminded me so much of that first meeting I had with he's my only husband, with my husband, where it was like this electric connection, you know, like you touch, like their first touch, like they describe it, was electric. And I'm like, yes, I remember that. Like, it was just, I loved this book so much. I feel like this was a perfect novella, honestly. I feel like the only thing that would make me not say it's a perfect novella is that it's really a prequel, and you can't read it on, it doesn't stand on its own. Like, you have to go on and finish Grip to know the whole story, how it ends. Like, it doesn't have an ending, you know? But I don't even care about that because I was going to finish the series anyway. But everything else, like, the conversations, their attraction, it was just so perfect. I just loved it so much, and I know I haven't really described it. I'll describe it really quickly. So Bristol is her brother. She's going to visit her brother for spring break of her sophomore year. She's going to go and visit him. He has been emancipated from their parents. He's a very gifted, very talented musician and something of a prodigy, I'm thinking, and his parents kind of put him through a lot of crap with that, and so he became emancipated and moved out, and so Bristol hasn't seen him for 5 years, so she goes to see him, and Grip is who picks her up at the airport, and Grip is another musician who, that's how they know each other, that's how they meet. So it's basically just their first week of knowing each other and all of their just interactions of getting to know each other and feeling this strong attraction. And there are so many great conversations in there, like about like misogyny. Like, there was one line in particular, let me see if I can find it, hold on, where, you know, Bristol was talking about how she was talking about hip-hop music and how sometimes it's all just a lot of misogyny about women, and then in the next breath she makes a comment about a woman at the club where they're at, and Bristol absolutely calls her out on that right away and is like, what, so you're gonna call out the misogyny on the hip-hops, but you're gonna judge another woman on her appearance or how she's dressing? And I was just like, it was just so good. Like, honestly, this was perfect. Like, I am so just immersed and caught up in this world. I don't want to stop listening. Like, I don't want to stop listening, and I'm reading along with it on my Kindle. Like, it's just so fantastic. You know how sometimes, like, like, I love to read, and I always love to read, and I feel like every book that I'm reading, unless it's like a bad one and I DNF it, not bad, but something I don't like and I DNF it, like, I'm always enjoying my books, you know? But then you sometimes find some of those books that you just become just obsessed with, and you just think about them all the time, and all you want to do is read them, and that's all you can think. Like, that's how I feel about this week of reading Kennedy Ryan's books, and I'm just so happy to have that, because it's just like the best feeling in the world for a bookworm, right? Like, I just love it so much. So I have enjoyed the little break from historical romance too, just because I know tomorrow the historical romance readathon starts. I posted my TBR. I'm going to be vlogging for that too. So I hope to have this out. Today's Thursday. I hope to have this out Friday so I can start fresh with the historical romance readathon. So that means I'm probably not going to be able to update you on the rest of the Grip series, but I'm going to keep reading them anyways. So this vlog has been pretty long over the last few days. Anyway, my oven is going off, so I will update you later once I have finished Mr. Cavendish, I presume. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in a bit. My chips are going to burn. I'm making in the oven. Well, we just had our live show for the Rank Appreciation Society. We talked about these Julia Quinn books. I had some technical issues, like, oh my gosh, like, I swear, I had 2 live shows this week, and I had technical issues with both of them, and I'm like, I just am not a great live show host, apparently. Anyway, I finished this book, obviously, for the live show. I ended up giving this 3 stars. I liked this a lot, and I specifically liked Amelia's character growth. I felt like she had a really good character growth in this. Like, I talked about it kind of a lot in the live show, and I kind of hated Thomas. It was kind of, I didn't hate him, but he definitely irritated me, and I got mad at him a lot, and yeah. But I still really I enjoyed the book. I love Julia's writings. I think she does such a good job. I just really think they're super fun, and I liked them a lot. And I loved getting to chat with you guys who came and read the books with us, and thank you so much for Jen for hosting this with me. It was super fun. I loved it. So I'm going to say goodbye and finish this vlog and hopefully get it posted, and I guess we'll see y'all for my next video, which is probably going to be the historical romance readathon vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all in my next video.